everybody, this is Masani, aka Delilah Fitness. Okay, so let me be real. I have a friend, childhood friend, and we've been friends since, like I said, childhood, and we're both going through, yeah, you guessed it, peri-menopause. So, we started talking, and she started expressing some of her symptoms, and I started expressing mine. The only one that I have is the hot flashes, and she has a couple. Also taking into consideration, she doesn't work out, and she basically she's an empty nester right now. So her last child just went off to college. So we were just comparing notes, and so I actually also did some research on perimenopause, and basically some of the symptoms and what to expect, or what they say to expect, is this: that you increase weight from 10 to 12 pounds per year. So every year, they say that, you can gain 10 to 12 pounds a year. And also the heat flashes. The heat flashes are real, because I do experience that even with my eating. I do sweat, but not as much. I just feel a sense of heat. But no, I do sweat. The second one is the gray hair. So the gray hair is definitely happening. It's happening. Have no interest in dyeing it. Definitely loving the gray hair. Then mood sways. I don't think I go through mood sways, but that's interesting. You have to ask someone who's been around me, but I haven't noticed it. But mood sways are one of them. Facial hair. The hormones are decreased. So with that, you're gonna this facial hair. I was experiencing facial hair in my 30s. I used to pluck them out. They used to come down on my chin, but I actually plucked them out. I don't do laser or chemicals, so I just plucked it out. Now I'm not getting any, so I was getting some in my 30s and 40s, but I'm not getting any. And then some people say they experience depression. I don't experience it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I do have, I don't know, anyway, depression is one of them. So as far as gaining the weight, I have not gained weight through perimenopause. I've lost weight. If anything, I've lost I'm say about 10, 15 pounds, and this is the most leanest that I've ever been in my life as far as my health goes, and this is the most disciplined I've been with my eating. As a lot of you know, I do not consume any flesh. I don't consume processed food. I don't cook my food, so I just eat my food in its natural state, raw, fruits, vegetables, seeds, and nuts. So I have been doing this for a couple of years. I would say about 10 years. In the early stages, I called myself a vegan because I was at one point eating cooked fruits and vegetables. I was eating a lot of cooked food. Vegan, but when I was vegan, I wasn't really eating fruits and vegetables. Honestly, I was eating more starch, more potatoes and bread, and I actually was my heaviest when I was vegan, when I was eating a lot of starch. One would actually call me a starchitarian back then, because I didn't really eat that much vegetables. If I did have a pizza, I had some broccoli on it, but it was cooked to death, so there was no nutritional value in the food. So that was one of them. So I'm realizing that now that I'm going through perimenopause, that my estrogen has been decreased. So what happens with the body, and I actually wrote it down, what happens with the body wants to balance the hormones better. So what it does is that it goes to the belly for the fat, where it produces the estrogen. So basically the body is looking for places to make estrogen, because basically the body is slowing down at this particular point. So the body's under a lot of stress because, it's going through the change. So me and my friend sparked up a conversation about gray hair. She's not really embracing the gray hair. And as some of you know, I did a dialogue about gray hair. And some of us at my age or older is rinsing or coloring the hair. I have no desire to, because it's just, I don't really see it. I'm not really into things like that. I find as I get older, I get much more comfortable in my skin, and my personal opinion is that, or feeling for dyeing my gray hair, is that I earned it, and it's like a badge of honor for me. It's my crown. And I'm going to rock it because, you know, it's a sign of respect that I'm going towards, you know, being an elder. You know, I'm not in my 20s anymore, and I'm really embracing being mature. So as I'm maturing, I'm really embracing it. For me, it's just a sign of me just embracing my maturity. I'm not speaking for other people. I'm just speaking for me. With that being said, I'm also embracing menopause, something that I don't have any control over. And as far as hormones go, synthetic hormones have basically what it does, I wrote it down, it really increases your weight and it messes with your emotional state. So if you're thinking about taking any, that's just the side effects. If you're thinking about taking any over-the-counter synthetic hormones, these are some of the signs. You're better off just sticking with the heat flashes as opposed to the large amounts of weight gain and the emotional state. And I think for me, when I hear the emotional state, I'm thinking depression. I'm thinking, because one woman even said that she even had suicidal thoughts. So, no, synthetic hormones are out for me. I do exercise. I do go to the gym, as you know. I do go to the gym and I enjoy working out. It's something that I've been doing for over 20-something years. I'm a regular at the gym. So, I mean, there are times when I'll take a week off so my body can recuperate, or I'll change my program. I'll do, you know, more calisthenics, more core, a little bit here. Every 6 weeks I change my program. So, I do enjoy working out. So that's something that is love for me. As far as my eating, since I eat a raw vegan diet, and my food is not high in calories, it's more nutritionally dense. So what it does, I get the nutrients that the body needs, the fuel that the body needs to function. A raw vegan diet, or you're eating more fruits and vegetables that's raw, you're getting food that's nutritionally dense. So when you're eating food that's processed, you're eating a high calorie diet. So basically you're increasing your calorie intake, but you're not getting the nutrients that the body needs to sustain itself. So what happens is that you're tired, you're hungry, and the body will continue to consume or eat. It will maintain being hungry, because technically speaking, it is hungry for nutrients, but you keep feeding it, bringing in calories. So what happens when you're going through menopause, and your estrogen is low, and you're eating a high calorie processed diet or a consumption, you are going to put on the weight. No matter how much you exercise. And I've heard people say, oh, I've been exercising, and I'm not losing the weight. If anything, I'm gaining the weight. Yeah, you're gaining the weight because you're consuming so much processed food.